This is Terry Kurtz online reporting on Victor Valley, High Desert, and Mojave River Valley events, activities, entertainment, sports, and history. This report opens amid the season's first heat wave, an unparalleled local crime wave, and an unprecedented epidemic in the number of missing persons, child abductions, Amber Alerts involving high desert youth and individuals. In the last 5 weeks alone, at least half a dozen local teenagers have been reported missing. Greatest fears are that some are victims of human trafficking, the fastest growing crime in America. California has twice as many human trafficking crimes as any other state. Area crime fighters are dealing with a serious uptick in criminal activity of late. 56 arrests were made one day alone involving a car club's sideshow in Adelanto. An investigation into the high desert car clubs showed repeated behavior of street takeovers and sideshows. The car clubs posted videos on social media showing sideshow events performed in stolen vehicles. The participants openly displayed firearms as they performed a sideshow on private property in Adelanto. Operation Consequences was activated with personnel from the Victor Valley Station, Hesperia, Apple Valley Stations, Sheriff's Gangs Narcotics Division, and SANCAT, the San Bernardino County Auto Theft Task Force. The team was utilized to conduct a suppression operation at an abandoned property in Adelanto. The high desert car clubs entered the private property and performed sideshow maneuvers. Investigators detained participants and spectators as they fled from the location. The operation resulted in the arrest of 37 adults and 19 juveniles. Additionally, 23 vehicles were towed and a stolen Chevrolet Camaro was located. Another Operation Consequences series of raids yielded over 60 felony arrests. Raids conducted on a dozen locations, including neighborhoods in Adelanto, Apple Valley, Hesperia, and Victorville. 63 felony arrests were made during that 2-week sweep. 34 firearms were confiscated. All the while, Operation Smash and Grab has recovered more than $18,000 in stolen merchandise. Investigators arrested 2 suspects who stole over $5,000 worth of merchandise over a 9-month-long crime spree. The 2 entered several stores in San Bernardino County and stole over $5,300 worth of merchandise. Ramey warrants were issued for the 2 for conspiracy to commit commercial burglary. A Ramey warrant is an arrest warrant issued by a California judge or magistrate based on probable cause presented by a police officer without the involvement of the district attorney's office. On June 3rd, investigators arrested the 2 for conspiracy to commit commercial burglary. Other smash and grab operations in recent weeks resulted in another 19 felony arrests and 25 misdemeanor arrests and an additional $12,266 in property was recovered. A multi-agency trespass enforcement campaign conducted a one-day operation focusing on illegal off-road activity May 30th at Lytle Creek, Devil's Diversion Channel, and bordering neighborhoods located within unincorporated San Bernardino area. This multi-agency off-road and trespass enforcement campaign was organized to address a public concern regarding a high increase in illegal off-road activity in neighborhoods near flood-controlled channels and to prevent off-roaders from trespassing onto environmentally sensitive lands which are homes to endangered plants and wildlife. The focus of this operation was education in addition to enforcement. The one-day operation resulted in 1 felony arrest, 1 off-road vehicle impounded, 1 citation, and 59 educational contacts.
Scams and cybercrime are escalating at a feverish pitch, and Victor Valley residents have been targeted. To protect yourself from these crimes perpetrated by those we used to call con artists or grifters and swindlers, it may help to review the methods of those who pitch scams and schemes today. You are probably familiar with the term phishing, that is defined as the fraudulent practice of sending emails or other messages purporting to be from reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as passwords and credit card numbers. Phishing is the most common type of cybercrime today. The scam artist can transparently mirror the site being targeted, allowing the attacker to observe everything while the victim is navigating the site and transverse any additional security boundaries with the victim. Scammers often impersonate a well-known company such as a bank or online retailer, delivery company, or government agency. They might say there was suspicious activity in your account, your bill is past due, your item couldn't be delivered, or that you were selected for a job interview. They all have one thing in common. They ask you to click on a link or call a number. Often these are smishing attempts to get you to share personal information or install malware on your device. Smishing is derived from SMS and phishing. SMS stands for Short Message Service. While scammers' delivery methods and messaging can quickly change, a few basic security measures can help protect you from the latest and most common scams. Be skeptical when someone contacts you. Scammers are now using artificial intelligence in spoof calls and emails to make it look like they are coming from different sources, including government agencies, charities, banks, and large companies. Don't share personal information, usernames, passwords, or one-time codes that others can use to access your accounts or steal your identity. Don't click on unknown links. Whether the link arrives in your email, a text, or a direct message, never click on it unless you're certain the sender has good intentions. If the message says it's from a company or government agency, call the company using a number that you look up on your own to confirm its legitimacy. Online purchase scams continue to be one of the riskiest types of scams, and the online purchase scam that the Better Business Bureau found that people most commonly reported being victims after trying to buy a puppy online. Americans were scammed out of over $1 million in online puppy frauds last year. Victims tried to purchase puppies through online advertisements but never received them. The scammer used fake IDs and forged signatures to collect the money from transfer services inside retail stores. About 80% of sponsored pet advertisements online are possibly fake. The scams most commonly reported began on sites like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. To avoid puppy adoption scams, the Federal Trade Commission recommends sticking with local animal shelters. A scam trying to victimize residents in Victor Valley communities was recently warned by City of Victorville officials. Scammers falsely claiming to be with the city have gone door to door, requesting entry to a home with false explanations of testing water quality. The con artists have been seen in a team of 2 traveling on Segway scooters. When asked for proof that they are with the city, they say they are working as subcontractors. According to city officials, Victorville employees do not cold call customers. They don't request access to customer homes to test water quality. Concerns are that the scammers are trying to sell water quality services and or products, or worse, in the process, collect personal information on the prospective victim.
Let's go behind the scenes of Tales of the Frontier filmmaking.
This part of Rescue, the reason that I feel that it should be viewed is because it's got a very angelic part to it. Without giving too much, Red Foster is a character, to be politically correct, back in the day, the colors were looked on, they weren't liked. And in this case, he happens to be one that was not liked. And there's just something about him, his gentleness with animals, some angelic type being about him. And the end of this takes a twist, and I don't think anybody will see it coming. I really don't. And this is one of the reasons why this one here should be watched.
The first thing I noticed about Two Gun Productions was just the care and the fun and the general atmosphere of the set and all the people is just magical. It's just really, it's such a positive experience.
Sideways. Action.
Red! Let him go! He's my friend! He saved my life! Let him go! Stop!
Good. 220 Bravo, take one. And action.
Lynching scene was tough. It was, well, I was worried whether I was going to be able to do it, number one. It was tough because it was commonplace back then, of course, and I had my kids around. We've read about it, you know, we learn about it in history. Most people are visual, so when you see it, even though it's fake and it's staged, it still kind of messes with your head. So in order for me to do the scene correctly, the way I wanted to portray it, I had my kids not be anywhere near the set at that day.
I think I like playing off of another character, so I liked having this sort of chemistry between two personalities, because having another actor is really, you know, they say acting is reacting.
Lucy, amazing, amazing. She's very talented. The extras really keep us going. You know what I mean? I mean, they look out for me. A lot of these very dangerous scenes, they look out for me. We look out for one another. You know what I mean? And without them, honestly, this wouldn't happen.
Well, the best thing about Tales of the Frontier, the behind-the-scenes footage that you shoot at Postera, you see, there's things that go on with the cast as they're being interviewed, and I get my revenge with these guys. There's certain things that I can do. Oh, look, everybody has left. Nobody's gonna mess with me, okay? I'm trying to lead into you guys messing with me.
Never. You know, he's the greatest director. He just lets you do whatever you want without ever interrupting.
We all follow the leader, the fearless leader, Tino, who is still gonna get, he's gonna get beat by the end of this. But yes, the other cast members, yes, all of us. I have a plan.
Hope that's your agent. You can tell him you're done.
Go Big Red.
Big Red. Big Red. Cut.
Back to one, please.
I love the way he's going. I had to.
There are weather elements, but that doesn't deal with darkness. How does a lighting or a night shoot compare, and what obstacles does that pose?
The lighting in the night shoot is it's kind of tricky. What we're trying to do is we're trying to capture the moonlight. Of course, the moon is not giving us enough light to be seen on film, so what we're doing is we're creating moonlight with box lighting and whatnot. One of the biggest concerns that I have right now, being in the rocks, as you can see where we are, is the creatures that come out at night. We've been dealing with elements ever since we've been filming, such as 32 degrees, snow, wind, rain. Again, we have the wind, but I gotta tell you, it's about 70 degrees, it's gorgeous. I have a long sleeve shirt on because that's just me and that's what I do.
Well, I think the first thing is you can't be afraid of it because life happens at night as well. You know, the next step is just to decide what you want it to look like, and what I try to do now, especially if it's out in the middle of the dirt and not in like a town where there's mixed sources, you know, where you don't have the moon and say street lights or lights coming in from a window, is just kind of make it all a consistent temperature and then color grade it in post, and that usually works fine for me.
Challenges of night shoots here, we're dealing with the elements. Safety is a must between my cast, first and foremost, and my crew. Another piece of the elements we're dealing with here are power surges. We can't use the moonlight. We do have a full moon tonight, but the moon doesn't create enough lighting for us. So we have all our lighting set up, and what we're trying to do is create the moon glows and the moon shadows. It is a windy evening. We are in a little canyon, a little cove, as you can see. The wind is coming through here, but all in all, it's going to be a good shoot. Safety is a must with us out here.
Does it require a lot more post-production than your brilliant daylight shoot, or not necessarily?
No, just playing with some color a little bit.
Okay.
So, you know, and then if we're shooting like, you know, moonlight in a town, we want, like, you know, the moon to be bluish and, you know, the town lights to be a little warmer. We can compensate for that differently. But for this setting, this is fine. We just made it all tungsten balanced, and we'll color it later.
Okay.
Gives us enough light, and so it'll be good.
Okay, very good. Thank you for these comments.
You're welcome.
Everything we do with Two Gun Productions is safety first and foremost for my cast, and then for my crew. Getting up here it's a rough, rocky terrain, so what we do is we have markers going all the way down the trail. We are probably, if I were to guess, I'd say we're probably 400 yards from our vehicles. We have markers going all the way down, glow sticks, lights, pointing out the trail so we know where the rocks are, where the rocks are not, and just to stay on that trail. 1 second. Good Lord, it would not leave me alone, Terry.
And ready, settle. Action.
In Rescue, I really wanted to bring forth the issues of racism and how it plays out, and the assumptions that people have just because they look upon a person's skin color. The quote I came up with not too long ago is probably the theme of this episode, which goes, we as human species will never be free from the prejudice of racism until it becomes so illogical that finally, at last, it is incomprehensible.
Again, we're here at Saggy B in Apple Valley. I came out about a week and a half ago. I asked the guys if they would mind if we came back out and filmed out here. He said, "What do you need? What do you need us to do?" I showed him an interior that I needed, and the guys went to town and built. The set has changed. We got in about 2 days earlier and did some set dressing. My AD and I, James, went there as we came in, did some set just dressing and actually changed his talent quite a bit. So are we at IUB? Yes. Does it look like it? I don't think so.
I'm Natalie Leos. I am actually a drum major for the band. I am in the Great Academy at Granite Hills.
My name is Jenna Shaddles. I'm part of the Great Academy here at Granite Hills High School.
I have so many opportunities with the Great Academy because we have Pro Tools, we're getting Adobe Suites, and Pro Tools is basically our studio professional recording equipment. It's what the top artists nowadays use. Makes it super easy, you can manipulate sounds, and I've already worked with it so many times on multiple occasions, and it's one of my favorite pastimes. Because, you know, we just sit there and it allows me to turn some of my dreams of like having this, because it's career technical education.
We have this new recording studio, and so with the recording studio we're able to record our vocals and people playing instruments and put them together, and then it's the stuff that like the professional singers nowadays use, and so then we're able to like change our vocals and like make it higher pitch or add echoes to it.
The GREAT stands for obviously Granite Recording and Entertainment Arts Training. The instrumental portion of it is just to supplement our other 4 components. There really is 4 components to the Great Academy. We're unveiling the first 2 here in this next year, and we'll be subsequently unveiling the next 2 components over the subsequent years, and that will be drama and then dance.
The thing that we found that we didn't necessarily think was lacking, but that we could better service our students, was to offer them a connection with what they're learning in our programs with what they can actually take with them into the job market.
It's career technical education, so it's helping me be ready for the career that I want, because I want to go into music production, and it's making my dreams a reality.
Here at Granite Hills we have 4 great choirs led by our amazing choir teacher, Mr. Churchill. He has Serenade and Bravo, which aren't the audition choirs, but they're just as amazing. This year they went to Knott's Berry Farm and competed, and Serenade, the all-girls choir, they got 2nd place, and Bravo, they got 1st place, and I'm so proud of them. They're so great this year. And then he has 2 varsity choirs they have to audition for, and it's Encore, his show choir, and Chambers, his more typical type of choir you'd expect him to have, or expect a choir to be. And so this year we went to San Francisco for tour, and it was so fun. It was my first time going, and I absolutely loved it. I love spending time with all of my friends and for 4 whole days and not going to school, but and so it was great. Encore got silver 1st place, and I believe Chambers got silver 2nd place, and it was just amazing overall.
Well, something that we did do was that we went to Disneyland, and you know, we went to Forum Festival, and we got a gold rating, which basically means we are top 10% in the nation. Yeah. And you know, going to Disneyland, being able to go with all my friends, and it's cool being able to be in these programs because you're surrounded by people who have the same passion you do and about the same level of love for what you want to do, and it's one of the coolest things in the world because they really are great people, and it's a really great experience to be around, because not only are you sitting here doing what you love, you're getting rewarded for it, and you get to expand upon it. You get experience for what you want to do in the future.
So many people look at the performing arts and go, oh yeah, that's just for those, you know, those singers, the Beyoncés, the Will Smiths, whatnot. But for every person you see in the credits of something, you'll see hundreds, if not thousands, of other names of people who are in the entertainment industry. And that's what the Great Academy is trying to incorporate into its curriculum, is how the performing arts has so many different aspects about it. We're going to be teaching entrepreneurship. We're going to be teaching about entertainment law. We're going to be essentially trying to go ahead and give the kids that want to go into the entertainment industry a well-rounded picture as to what it would need to go ahead and be within their skill set to go ahead and have this as a career and actually make just as good money as any other career would be.
The instrumental component is just to augment those other 3. We will work with the dance department to provide music for them. We'll work with the drama department to provide music for their shows. But more than anything, it's also to record our students. We're working here on trying to give an opportunity to our students and a space for them to explore their creativity and create music.
What we're actually looking to do as we start this Great Academy next year is to essentially offer up the curriculum to all of our choral students, all of our guitar students, and all of our piano students. The those are our 3 CTE classes.
So the recording part is we have a fully functional professional recording studio with Pro Tools HD. We use industry standard equipment, universal audio interfaces. We also have beat machines for those people that are interested in music like hip hop, electronic music. We have 2 rock bands, all-female rock band and a mixed group rock band. And we also have various different singer-songwriters and who come in and record original music, as well as doing covers and writing lyrics for hip-hop.
Something that we get to do with Adobe Suites next year, because we're going to get like the camera equipment and like professional cameras and stuff. Something that we get to do is we get to make career portfolios. Wow. We get to do marketing, and we get to do tutorials for incoming freshmen, whoever like they don't know what they're doing. We get to help them out with that.
I like most how everyone who's in it loves what they're doing and they want to be a part of it, because it's such a great family to be a part of, and so it's changed my life really.
Honestly, working with Mr. Churchill is intimidating, because he is such a venerable director and he just does such a fantastic job. It's honestly my honor to be able to call him my colleague and be able to work with him. But I think one of the things that I bring is the technological component. I have a background in audio recording and computers. Used to build computers. Actually, when I was younger, I had an internet hosting company, and so I bring a lot of the understanding of the technological component. And so I think when we marry it with Mr. Churchill's fantastic performing program, and then the work that I'm doing with the band and piano and guitar, I'm a flamenco guitarist as well, so I play flamenco guitar, but I also play various different instruments. I play piano, I sing, and so I can bring that. But what separates me is that I bring that technological component that's so critical to CTE. And CTE, again, is career technical education. We're a career technical pathway that allows students the opportunity to enter into career right out of high school.
And what we're looking to do is every kid, regardless of whether or not they're going to go through the academy, is going to get this introductory level knowledge of this. The kids that this really attaches onto, and they, oh, you know what, I kind of explore this further. Those kids are the ones we're going to go ahead and go into the 2nd year of the program, the 3rd year of the program with the capstone. So essentially, we're actually giving all of our performing arts kids this grounding in the entertainment industry, that they can choose to either just, you know, I'm just going to stay performing in high school, that's just a fun thing, or their 2nd year in the program, I got to go farther and go ahead and learn more and get in more in depth.
The Victor Valley Community Services Council is offering free homemaker services, transportation, and activities for seniors ages 60 and older with mobility challenges. Residents can join the group in its monthly shopping trips, where they pick you up, take you home, and assist with lifting and carrying items. For more information or to reserve your seat on the bus, call 760-243-9646. The Victor Valley Community Services Council is offering free mobility devices. Do you know a senior in need of a mobility device? The Victor Valley Community Services Council provides free wheelchairs, walkers, bedside commodes, canes, and more to those who qualify. The agency recently received a generous donation of wheelchairs from High Desert Second Chance. For more information, please call 760-243-9646. Terry Kurtz here, throwing out an invitation for you to catch up with High Desert Sports Activities, your High Desert Sports Report, showing 3 times every day on Victor Valley TV, 7 and 11 every morning, 4 every afternoon. Your half-hour High Desert Sports Report, the area's only video action highlights coverage of high school athletes, teams, and sports programs, Victor Valley College Rams and Barstow College Vikings athletic events, including flashbacks to this date in High Desert sports and entertainment history. We hope you will join us right here on Victor Valley TV. That's a wrap on this edition of Terry Kurtz Online. On behalf of Victor Valley Television Productions, thank you for watching. We hope to see you again next time around.